two, one. Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming on the show. Today is Tell Your Story Tuesday. It is a cold and wet day here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I am your host, Tawanna Francis, and I have a great show for you today. My guest is Ramonda Amoros. Ramonda is a mother of two beautiful children, the daughter of evangelist Lisa Chu. She is also known as V or Vixen in the club world, where she was a former dancer and house mom. Please help me welcome the lovely Ramonda. Hi, Ramonda.
Hi, how are
How
you?
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. Today is Tell Your Story Tuesday, and I heard that you have a great story that you would like to tell. So I'm gonna let you get right on to it.
Okay, well, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on the show and be able to share my story, share my testimony with others, as well as speak about the upcoming book that I'm writing as far as motivating people towards what I've been through. Um, as you said, yes, I was a dancer. I started out in the club world, did an amateur contest randomly with some friends. I thought of it as a joke and won the amateur contest and ended up getting offered a job and started dancing. And then from there, decided to retire out later on as a house mom. And I've danced from New York to El Paso and back. Um, before I before I went into the recent event that just happened to my life that caused me to want to write this book, I was managing the girls, managing the dancers. Kind of like the movie Harlem Nights
Mm-hmm.
with Della Reese's character.
Deloise Paul? Okay, okay.
Right. That
Because
was my
that's what a house mom is.
that is what a house mom is. That is what my
Okay,
job is in the club, is to take care of all
okay,
the girls. I make sure you don't disrespect my girls, you don't cause no rift, and I make sure my girls get their money.
okay.
Um, in February of this year, I was in a really bad car accident. I went through the windshield of a car. I was on my way home from work. I was supposed to be going to breakfast, and I remembered exactly what I wanted to eat. I knew I wanted some pigs in the blanket with some strawberries, some fresh strawberry syrup, and some whipped cream. And I knew I wanted a caramel latte. I knew exactly what I wanted to eat. And then the
Mm-hmm.
next thing I remember is waking up and seeing a green tube up my nose. And I don't know why it's there, but it don't feel the most comfortable. So let's get that sucker out. And I'm trying to pull it out. And as I'm trying to pull it out, I can hear my mother telling me, "Daughter, don't do that. You need that. You know they're going to put another one in there, right?"
Mm-hmm.
As I continue to just pull it out and not realizing at the time, I didn't realize that I had been in such a horrific accident. Um, Due to the accident, I fractured my skull and I lost about 12 units of blood from my head. I shattered my right eye socket. I broke two of my lower ribs, my diaphragm. I cut my liver, my spleen, part of my small intestine was shredded up. I broke several of the vertebrae in my back as well as breaking my ankle.
Wow.
And to think when you saw me right after that happened, you could basically say the beginning of this year, I looked like a dead body. And I made it through all of that. After all the surgeries, the different problems that were coming up, I developed an infection. I had a blood clot in my arm. It was one thing after another that was going wrong. And despite all of that, I still had God. Now, I was brought up in the church.
Right.
I I was raised in the church, Christian private school for pre-K, how most kids learn their alphabet. I learned mine with a different scripture for every letter of the alphabet.
Right.
So I knew the word through and through. It was within me. And
Mhm.
as you grow older, you stray away. You want to find out what's out in the world for yourself because you think you know better.
Yes.
You think you know better. You're wiser now. You're older. I can experiment. I can do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what started me out towards going towards the club and seeing what the club was like. And let's see what dancing was like. And I did it. I had a great time at it. And then this accident happened, and it really shakes the core of you to make you realize what's really important.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the money? No. Is it the fame or knowing every? No, it's really not. Is it your relationship with God? That definitely wakes you up to see who He is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, during this accident, it's as if He had me in a bubble and protected me while I was going through the accident and all the way through all the procedures that I had to go through. I still have one more procedure to do. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to have eye surgery to fix the shattered floor in my right eye. But He's kept me and held me and never left my side. As much as, yes, I have let go of Him. When they say His hand, He never changes, He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
so vitally true that He is. He doesn't leave you, He doesn't forsake you. He's always just right there. Even when you think no one else is there, no one else is going to care, He does. And He's
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even lost sight of that within myself, being busy in the secular world and realizing now more than ever how strong of a spirit that I needed, how much I needed Him to be there with me. And He was with me and with my entire family.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Um, you didn't say whether you was driving a car or or was you a passenger in the car when this happened?
I was in the passenger seat. The driver, from what I understand, he sprained his knee or something happened to his knee and he went home that day.
Wow. Wow.
So, in a
Mhm.
matter of seconds, your life can drastically change. And the vital
Can
mistake that,
change.
right, and the mistake that I made that I want to share with other women, other people not just women, but people in general, don't let, don't go out and not make sure that someone knows where you are. Because when this accident happened, my parents didn't know who I was in the car with, and they didn't know exactly what was going on. And when they found out, everything was all of a sudden to them.
Right.
And it could have been prevented. That's something that they could have known ahead of time. They had to find out from a state trooper calling them to tell them that I was in an accident instead of
Mhm.
noticing that something was wrong or something was off. They didn't know exactly who I was with until after everything had already happened. And I can't stress that enough for if you're going to go out, if you're going to get in the car, if you're going to go drinking or partying, that's all well and fine. But make sure you're aware of who you're with. And even if you're not fully aware of who you're with, let someone know who you're with.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. And so how long has it been since all of this happened to you?
The accident was February 24th, so it's been about 9, 10 months now.
About 9, 10 months now. Mm. And it's a long recovery. Hmm.
It's a long recovery process, but I am defying the odds. I am beating the odds. I have doctors, nurses, and aides looking at me astonished
Hmm.
because they can't believe that I made it. They didn't think that I was going to live, let alone walk.
Mhm. So now you're walking.
I'm walking with a walker.
Walk.
One
Okay.
of my first goals out of the hospital, I said to my parents and I said to my sister, my kid sister Joy, I want to, for her birthday, I wanted to walk in her room. I wanted to be able to take my first couple of steps, walk in her room, and twerk on her bed for her birthday.
Okay. When's her
Praise God,
birthday?
praise God, I did it the day before her birthday.
You did it the day before her birthday. Okay.
So every goal I hit, every goal I made, I hit it
You
either
hit.
on target or right before. The goal
Mhm,
that I had
mhm.
after the following goal after that was to be able to walk with my son for his first birthday.
Okay. Okay.
I was able to do just that on his birthday with my walker. We walked together
Mhm, mhm.
with him
Oh, so you
holding
and
the
your son
walker.
had to. So you had to learn how to walk. So you
We're
taught your son
learning at
how
the
to walk
same
while you was
time.
learning again. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
learning to
And
walk again. He's learning for the first time, but we're
he's
doing
learning
it
for the first
together.
time. And as a mother, I know this had to be even hard on you because you said your baby is a year now, so he was a newborn practically when all
He
this
was
occurred.
he was 4 months old when all of this occurred.
Oh, okay. Mhm, mhm.
My
And no
latest goal.
doubtly, you stayed in the hospital for a pretty long time.
Yes, I was in the hospital. I didn't come home from the hospitals till June. So
Mhm,
from February till June, I was in between two different floors in the hospital, ICU, and then a rehabilitation hospital. It's just one thing after another
mhm, mhm,
in order to get back to where I am. But now, the most recent goal that I said I wanted to do it by Christmas. I wanted to be
mhm,
able to go upstairs in my house by Christmas.
mhm,
That would be the greatest thing in the world to me. That's all I wanted for Christmas.
mhm.
I did it yesterday for the first time.
Oh, good for you. Look at that. Good for
Yes.
you. Good for you. Okay. So now what's ahead for you now? What do you have in store for you now that you went through this horrific accident and you recovering and you got all your faith in God? What's next for you?
What's next is doing more motivational speaking. I actually want to go to the nursing homes, the rehabilitation hospitals, even some of the regular hospitals, and speak out about spinal cord injuries and about the difficulties that you're facing. No one understands it better than the person that has gone through it. The
Yes.
life
Absolutely.
changes, the lifestyle changes that you go through from being upright and being an able body and being able to do whatever you want whenever you're ready to do it, to now you have to remap out how you're going to do everything. Like the average person, just changing the sheets on your bed, for you that may take about 10 minutes, right? For me that takes closer to about 20 to 30 minutes,
Okay.
because I have to take my time, balance myself, and walk around the bed in order for me to do that. But I can't move as fast as I would like. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it definitely comes with its challenges, but you make light of it. Like with my son in the house, we play bumper cars. He's in his walker. I got him his walker is a F-150 pickup truck replica, like grandpa's truck. He's got one,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
and I'm in my wheelchair and we play bumper cars. So in the house, if your feet is on the ground, you might want to move them because your toes might get ran over, and I can't be liable for whether it's mine or his.
You have a great spirit. You have a wonderful spirit. Um, I like the way you respond. I like the way you just so upbeat and not letting this hold you back because not only physically, but I know this had to be also a mental strain on you to have see your child and not be able to hold your child and so
Yes.
how was that for you?
The hardest, I think the lowest point that I hit, one of the lowest points that I hit was the very first time I looked in the mirror and saw my scars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure if you can see it. You can faintly see it, but I have a
I can
check
see
mark on
it.
my forehead where my skull was fractured. And if you actually run your finger here, you can feel the fracture. And they also had to piece my lip together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first time I looked in the mirror after getting to the rehab hospital, the acute rehab, in Burke Rehabilitation in White Plains, I looked in the mirror to brush my teeth, and I tell you, I cried like a baby, and I did not want to look in the mirror again. I told the physical therapist I never want to look in the mirror again because I thought it was the ugliest thing on earth. And then I have this beautiful little boy
Mm-hmm.
who comes in my room with my mom and my sister and my aunt, and he caresses my face and makes me feel like Miss Universe
Yes.
because
Yes.
all he sees is it's my mommy.
It's beautiful, mommy. It's beautiful, mommy.
He doesn't care about the machines or the hardware or the tubes or the crazy people or weird noises around him. And for him to
Mm-hmm.
be so young and all
Mm-hmm.
of that is foreign,
Yes.
he wasn't afraid of it. If anything, he encouraged me that much more and made me want to fight harder to get back to him. So
Yes.
that was a
Yes.
challenge. Dealing with the idea of I'm used to sleeping next to my son every night and not being able to hold him when I want, not being
Mm-hmm.
able to play with him when I
Mm-hmm.
want. But I have such a great supportive family, extended family. I had my mom and my dad, my sisters, aunts. I had aunts coming from Virginia, from Jersey. I had prayers coming from California to Africa and back.
Okay.
Just the amount of prayers and the amount of support that I received from friends, family members, church members. Just so much love was poured out during this time that they wouldn't allow it to hinder and stop. As soon as my mom or dad felt like I was sinking back, they were right there to show me, no, don't do that. We're
Mm-hmm.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be here. We're not leaving you. We're not going anywhere. And just like my family didn't leave my side, I know my Heavenly Father, He didn't leave my side. He stuck with me through all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And now, how is your walk with God? I know you said you was in the clubs. So when I was asking what's next for you, are you gonna go back into being a house mom, or are you gonna continue to go back into church? I mean, that's what I want to know about next for you.
That's a good question. I
Mm-hmm.
have been asked numerous times by a couple of the club owners, some of the dancers I've worked with, bartenders, promoters. They've been up my butt for the longest, the entire time that this has been going on. Okay, mom, when are you coming? Mama, when you coming back to the club? When you gonna come and at least visit? When you gonna pay us a visit? I do intend on paying them a visit just to say hi. As far as me going back into the club to work in the club, I'm not too sure about that. I'm really more so focused on writing my book and getting that out there and getting that message out there because I realize God has a calling on my life and there is a purpose and a destiny as to why He saved me. I have
Yes.
work to do. I have I have a testimony, this ministry that I have to get out. So I have work
Yes.
to do. I have people to reach. As my mother nicely tells me, I have people waiting to hear this story to encourage them to know that they can make it through. If I can make it through all that I've been through and beat the odds where doctors, nurses, and aides were telling some of my family members they didn't think I was going to live, let alone walk.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
I'm beating those odds, I know there has to be a reason.
Yes.
And if I have to go through all of this just to share that story for somebody else not to go down that same path, it's all worth it.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Answer the call.
That's
Absolutely.
basically what it's doing.
Yes, yes. Um, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your amazing story. Um, I want to wish you all, I'm not even going to say luck because you don't need no luck. You past
Oh,
needing luck. I just want to tell you tomorrow, go in there, have your procedure done, and come on back home to your son and keep living and keep talking and keep sharing
I
your story.
I
Um,
am.
mhm. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming on. Um,
Well, as Donnie McClurkin's song said, we fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up. For a saint is just a sinner who fell down. But I didn't stay there. I got up.
Oh gosh, thank you for that. Let me tell you, I was singing in my head because I can. You have a beautiful voice.
And at one point, I didn't think I would be able to do
Such,
that again, and he's blessed me to be able to do
yes,
that again.
yes, yes. You have many callings on your life.
Yeah.
Use them well. You know, if you are looking at this video, share this video. Share it. Get this video out. Get Veranda's message out so she can be an inspiration to help somebody else. If you know somebody that's struggling with health issues or any kind of issues and just need an inspiring story, share the video, share it on your page. Help somebody. Help
Yeah.
somebody. And I thank you again for coming on
No
the show
problem.
to help somebody.
I
Testimony
thank you.
Tuesday is just that. It's a platform to inspire. And you did just that tonight. And I thank you. You are always welcome to come back
No
anytime.
problem.
Come back
I
and
sure will. I'll
sing
keep
for
you
us.
posted on the book.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for listening and chiming in. Again, please share the video and come back tomorrow for Wondrous Woman Wednesday when I will have another awesome guest. Thank you for showing up. Good night.
Good night.